Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I just wanted to respond really quickly to a video that I just watched by Kidology on YouTube, who is a very thoughtful and intellectual YouTuber, and her content is really good, and I recommend that you subscribe to her channel. But her latest video is about what has been termed breeding kink, and it refers to people like Elon Musk who have a lot of children with a lot of different women. And the idea being that these men want to fill the world with their babies, and they want to have as many babies as possible and spread their DNA across time and into the future, and so on and so on and so on. And that this is some sort of a kink that they have, and that it's immoral and classist and elitist and sort of eugenicist, in that they think that they have superior DNA and they want to have more and more babies, and on and on. And they also talk about, like Elon Musk talks about, how the world is in a population decline, specifically, of course, in the West, and she touches on the class issue there and to a certain extent, racial issue there, that actually what he's talking about is a decline in the rich countries and in the white countries and European countries, Western countries, and so on, and that he's trying to combat that by having as many children as possible. Now, my problem with what she said is that she's taking the women involved completely out of the equation as if they have no agency. Now, she also conflates someone like Jeffrey Epstein, who had basically was trying to set up sort of an insemination lab on one of his pedophile islands, where he was planning to impregnate as many women as possible with his sperm through insemination, not through sex. And she compares it to a doctor named Klein, who was a fertility doctor, who switched the intended father's sperm with his own and fathered some ridiculous number of children, unbeknownst to the women who were getting the treatment. She compares those types of people with someone like Elon Musk, or lower class people who aren't millionaires or billionaires, who also have several children with multiple sexual partners. That's not a fair or an honest comparison, because, again, we're talking about relationships. Zina, of course, from our perspective, we're talking about zina, but we're talking about women who are choosing to have sex with these men and are choosing to get pregnant and have babies, carry the babies to full term and deliver the babies and be the mothers of these men's children. She doesn't discuss the women at all in her video, as if they have no agency, as if they have no role in their own impregnation. They have no role. And it's all about the men wanting to breed. Look, she doesn't call into moral question, the fact that these men are having sex with multiple women. That's not questioned morally. That's not called a kink, the fact that these men are having sex with multiple women. What's called a kink and what's called into moral question is the fact that they're having children with the women with whom they are fornicating. Is it inconceivable that a woman who is having sex with Elon Musk would maybe want to have children with him? Is that inconceivable? The fact that he also wants to have children with her, or agrees to have children with her, or whatever the case may be, why is that stigmatized as if it is some sort of moral corruption to have children? The morally corrupt aspect of this scenario isn't the having children, it's the having sex outside of wedlock. It's the commission of zina. But why are you taking women completely out of the equation as if it isn't their body, their choice, right? It's their body, their choice. They're choosing to have sex with people like Elon Musk or lower class men and choosing to have their babies. This is the choice that those women have made. Why stigmatize the man for fathering children and not stigmatizing him for having sex? So in other words, it would be better and more moral for him to just have sex and not have the children. What if she wants children? What if the woman herself wants to have children? Why is her role completely marginalized here? That doesn't make any sense, and I think that's a flaw. In my opinion, it's very difficult to find in the West any particularly moral arguments that are consistent, internally coherent, or fair. Because I think that the foundations upon which they build their thinking are so rocky that it's almost impossible to build anything on it that can stand up. Jazakumullahu khairan wa assalamu alaikum.